This is KGW News at Sunrise.
State health officials say a birthing center in Gresham can't shut down, even though it's already closed. Coming up this morning, what legacy stands to lose for acting without state approval. Plus,
if we keep moving the way we are, I think 99% of Americans will know a victim of gun violence.
That woman survived the 2017 Las Vegas mass shooting, and now she hopes the Washington legislature will pass a bill that will ban specific guns from being sold and manufactured.
and we are live out at PIR this morning at the big auto swap meet. It starts today at 7 o'clock. And there are 5 miles of vendors at the raceway from all across the country and even up in Canada. So stay tuned. We're going to be showing you around throughout the show this morning.
Wow. Good Thursday morning to you. Today's going to be a perfect day if you want to head out to that swap meet or if you want to just hang outside because it's going to be another nice one.
I was going to go, but I can't walk 5 miles.
Come on, Rod. You can do it.
As Christine mentioned, we are looking for a generally nice day, much like we had yesterday. Now, there is a spotty shower chance in the forecast, and I present Exhibit A. Here we have some showers around Troutdale outside of Sandy. These are all migrating southward, pretty much hugging along the Cascade Foothill communities, and we may see some spotty showers pop this afternoon. Otherwise, everybody's dry. We are mostly cloudy. 47, not bad, 47 out the airport. 51 at noon. Skies becoming partly cloudy yesterday, 58 today, forecasting 57 degrees. Back to you.
Rod, thank you. Our top story this morning, the state has denied a request to close the Legacy Mount Hood Birth Center in Gresham.
Yeah, it was a pretty big controversy, you may remember, when it shut down a couple weeks ago without approval. KGW's Alma McCarty spoke with Oregon health officials and Legacy to find out what comes next.
On Friday, March 17th, Legacy Mount Hood Medical Center effectively closed its family birth center, instead diverting patients for labor and delivery. It's a move many had been rallying to stop.
All of the nurses are here tonight in support, in honor of, and in hope that Legacy will change their mind.
In order to close the birth center, the hospital system needed a waiver from OHA, one they didn't have then and still don't have now, after health leaders Wednesday denied their application. Officials determined Legacy Mount Hood did not meet any of the criteria required to permit the closure, such as maintaining patient services and safety and reflecting community needs.
So those are the things that we were looking for in the waiver approval process.
OHA's Public Health Director Rachel Banks explained the goal now is to bring the hospital back into compliance. She noted this birth center served historically underserved populations, patients with limited English proficiency, with few or no prenatal visits, with limited education, and more patients using the Oregon Health Plan.
Those, are factors that can lead to health inequities as a population, and I think underscores how important those services are.
Meantime, state health officials opened a separate but related investigation into why the hospital closed the birth center before they heard back from OHA.
I think this could have been avoided, and though I acknowledge that Legacy was having difficulty, I think they jumped to the conclusion to close in a way that didn't consult the community, didn't consider the community, and really didn't understand the ramifications of what that means.
State Representative Zach Hudson says OHA's decision is a win after weeks of advocacy and action.
It worked. It made a difference.
Legacy Health responded, writing, "We respect the state's authority in this decision, and we are carefully reviewing the letter provided by the Oregon Health Authority, and that, in the meantime, the Mount Hood Family Birth Center will remain on divert status due to the lack of adequate physician staffing to provide safe patient care." Alma McCarty, KGW News.
OHA says its investigation could take another several weeks. But if Legacy Health doesn't reopen the birth center, that could impact its hospital license and its ability to get reimbursed by Medicare and Medicaid.
In Washington, a bill that would ban guns considered assault weapons is making its way through the state Senate. The House already passed it. This morning, Julie Calhoun from our sister station in Seattle brings us one survivor's fight for gun reform.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Emily Cantrell, a survivor of the Las Vegas mass shooting, the deadliest in U.S. history, watched yet another mass shooting in America unfold Monday, killing 3 children and 3 adults at a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee.
I used to get extremely sad. There were times where I would curl up in a ball on my couch and just start crying. It's to the point now where I'm angry.
Cantrell turns that anger into action, speaking out and fighting for gun reform for the past 5 years.
I think we've made incredible progress here in Washington.
She's helping lawmakers in Olympia now sign off on a bill that would ban the sale and manufacturing of guns defined as assault weapons.
They are best served by mass shooters. These are weapons of war. They are meant to kill more people more quickly, and they don't belong in the hands of everyday individuals.
Senate Democrats have been trying to pass a bill like this for 6 years and face Republican pushback each time. In committee debate Tuesday, Nashville shooting at the forefront, with Dems saying a ban in Washington could prevent that from happening here.
We actually had 2 of the weapons that would fall under this definition in that mass shooting.
Republicans disagree.
We had in Nashville a hate crime against Christians. That's what this was.
We have a mental health problem in the U.S., and we need to deal with that problem, not take guns away from legal citizens.
But Cantrell wants to remind people gun violence does not discriminate.
If we keep moving the way we are, I think 99% of Americans will know a victim of gun violence.
That was Julie Calhoun reporting. Here are a few other headlines we're following for you this morning. U.S. Marshals and the FBI are still looking for an inmate who went missing from a minimum security federal prison in Sheridan yesterday afternoon. He is 27-year-old Ricardo Barraza Vizcarra. He was serving an 8-year sentence for possession of meth, heroin, and fentanyl with intent to distribute. He's described as 5'8" with black hair, brown eyes, and about 180 pounds. Also, a Washington County man who was indicted for allegedly sexually assaulting at least 4 people is the center of who Beaverton police are looking at when they say there may be more victims out there. Police say Ali Muhammad Qureshi may have been meeting victims at a Portland club where he worked as a dancer and dance manager. He was first accused of sexual assault last May, then indicted last week and arrested on Monday. Call Beaverton Police if you have any information. And the Oregon CHIPS bill is now on its way to the House. The $210 million bill is designed to help local businesses access federal funding for semiconductor manufacturing. It's part of state lawmakers' big push to capitalize on the CHIPS Act, a bipartisan effort that provides funding to boost competitiveness over China. Congress has made $52 billion available in grants. The Senate passed it yesterday with bipartisan support.
We want to take you back out live to PIR, the Portland International Raceway, where the auto swap meet kicks off in just a couple of hours at 7 o'clock this morning. Who likes cars?
I drive one.
Yeah, me too.
I do too. People buy, sell, collect, you name it. PIR absolutely jam-packed with 5 miles of vendor booths. We're talking almost 2,000 from across the country and Canada. As I mentioned, people buy and sell cars, car parts, vintage collectibles. You can find a little bit of everything. And this is good for you, Rod, because if you buy too much and you can't carry it to your car, they will absolutely, for a $5 donation, help you get it back to your rig.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
So real quick, this does run today through Saturday from 7 to 5 every day, and admission is $10. If you'd like to find out more, just go to portlandraceway.com.
Yeah, and what perfect weather we'll have for getting out.
I mean, there's a spotty shower chance, but most of the time, like yesterday, it's going to be dry and pretty decent out there. Here's the satellite picture. I have a lot to get to because the storm front coming in tomorrow is going to be the biggest, baddest one we've seen in quite some time, both in terms of valley rain and how much snow we're going to be looking at in the Cascades. For the time being, that low we've been tracking all week, it's all the way down off the coast of Los Angeles. And yet it is still producing a fetch of showery precipitation coming all the way up into eastern Washington and Oregon. We've even had that shower outside of the Sandy area right now. There is a spotty shower chance later today besides that, but otherwise we are dry currently. We have mostly cloudy skies. Portland's at 47. Here are the current numbers. Salem's at 42. Kelso 43, so pretty comfortable really. Newport colder at 37. 30 over in Bend. 22 would be the cold spot out in Burns. I wanted to start with tomorrow. So today we become partly cloudy. We have a spotty shower chance. Generally light winds, 57 degrees. Yesterday was 58. Very similar day. Here we are tomorrow morning. Primarily a dry night and a dry start up and down I-5. There will be some showers, I think, overnight tonight into tomorrow morning along the coast, which is what this shows. Here we are noon. So noon is kind of the timeline. Is the rain here yet, or is it still just off to our west? But most of tomorrow afternoon will quickly turn into just solid, steady, widespread rain across the area. Here we are at 4 o'clock. And then look how wet it's going to continue to be all of your Friday evening. The front comes in, give or take, around midnight into the Rose City here, and winds will pick up and become gusty. At the coast tomorrow evening, you folks could see south winds gusting between 40 and even 50 miles per hour potentially. In the valley, it'd be more like 15 to 30 mile per hour winds picking up. Snow level is 3,000 feet until the front passes. We wake up Saturday morning, we're behind the front. Scattered showers, heavy mountain snows falling in the morning. Snow levels will be nosediving over the weekend. I'll show you that in a moment. Here's how much rain between now and Saturday. This is mostly what picks up tomorrow through the day Saturday. Notice nearing 2 inches in Lincoln City and over an inch in Portland and Salem. You're going to see a big number over Mount Hood coming up between now and Sunday. 30 inches of snowfall expected over Mount Hood. And there will be snow over the coast range because the snow level down to 1,200 feet Saturday afternoon, back down near 500 feet Sunday morning and Monday morning. That will also impact the coast range. So we'll be right back into that wintry weather kind of everywhere mode. Here's the 7-day forecast. 57 today, but by Saturday, Sunday, Monday, highs only in the 40s. As I've been saying, good grief. Devin, is it your turn?
It is my turn, and guess what? The Seattle Mariners kick off their season this evening. It is a baseball fan's favorite day of the year. We're talking opening day. So coming up, our 6 at Sunrise takes a look at some of the new rule changes taking place this year and much more. Brenda?
All right, thank you so much. We want to give you a live look at Pattaya Beach in Thailand, courtesy of our Earth Cam. Love it. We are showing you this because today is virtual vacation day. That's basically a day dedicated to daydreaming about all the places you want to visit. So let us know where you'd like to go. You can post your answers on our KGW Facebook page, and we'll share as many as we can. I'm sure it's beautiful.
I'm sure. I was going to say, it's really dark, but I can tell you I've been to Pattaya, and it is gorgeous.
Oh, see, I wasn't even pronouncing it right.
I'm Thai.
We'll be back after the break.
It is the day every baseball fan waits for. We are talking about opening day, which means it's the perfect topic for today's 6 at Sunrise. Devin Haskins is here to run us through some of the changes happening this year. Good morning, Devin. I see you in your gear.
Yes, gotta go Mariners. Good morning. Yeah, if you've been watching spring training games, you've likely seen some of these changes already, but it's opening day. And these rule changes are here to stay for the season. So number one, we're talking about, like I just said, rule changes. There are 3 this year. We'll start with the biggest one every fan and player is talking about, that pitch clock. Pitchers and batters will be subject to this clock. For pitchers, they have 15 seconds with bases empty, 20 seconds with runners on base to start their windup. For batters, they must be in the box and looking at the pitchers in 8 seconds or less, or else they get an automatic strike. The MLB is really hoping to speed games up, which on average lasted about 3 hours during last season. During spring training games were actually shortened by an average of 26 minutes with the pitch clock. The league is also introducing shift restrictions, which keep infielders in, well, the infield. There are also going to be bigger bases, which is meant to promote more steals and reduce injuries.
This is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it encourages more of the, old school type baseball, more athleticism, more base stealing.
Your 2022 AL wildcard winning Seattle Mariners. Yeah, okay, I'm a little excited. Kick off their season at home tonight. The M's take on the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch goes out at 7:10. Go Mariners. All right, we're going to stay in Seattle for number 3. This year, the All-Star Game will be played in Seattle. Not only that, but so will the MLB Draft. Will happen also in Seattle. With the All-Star break comes the fan favorite Home Run Derby. So the draft begins July 9th. The Home Run Derby is on July 10th. And then the All-Star Game wraps up on All-Star Week on July 11th at T-Mobile Park. Number 4, for the first time ever, teams will play every other ML team at least once. So in the past, schedules favored division. The hope is that this change will limit the advantage a team from a weak division has over a team from a deep division in the postseason wildcard race. And number 5 and 6, we're going to go local. We've got 2 teams that'll kick off their season soon. The Hillsboro Hops play their first game in the Tri-Cities on April 6th. And then bring it back to Ron Tonkin Field for the home opener on April 11th. The Portland Pickles begin their season on May 30th. And that's your 6 at Sunrise.
I had no idea you were such a Mariners fan, but I will never forget it after that. Yes. Devin, thank you. All right, Boys of Summer. That's what I think. I am not calling you that, though, today.
You can call me boy if you want. Come on, Brenda, look
Summer.
at you and I can't call him a boy. He looks old. All right. Here we go. Temperatures outside in the 40s this morning, so that's pretty comfortable. We do have showers on radar showing up that have been bouncing near Troutdale and out towards Sandy, migrating southward along the Cascades. Otherwise, we are dry. It is 36 out in Dallas this morning. That looks to be the cool spot on the map currently. Here's Remington. Remington is today's KGW Dog of the Day. Use that hashtag. Post on your social media channels. We'll find your pic and put it on our show. Nice big smile from Remington there this morning. All right, the weather map does include an ongoing spotty shower chance. Our Futurecast model loves some scattered showers popping this afternoon, but most of the time you're going to find dry weather. Skies becoming partly cloudy. We'll be upper 40s to 50 at the coast, mid 50s at 4 p.m. in Portland and Salem, 50 over in Madras, and some light precipitation, mainly during the morning hours, scattered out across eastern Oregon. A lot of you will be dry this afternoon. Tomorrow it turns into steady rain much of the afternoon hours into the night, and that sets the stage for that much cooler weekend coming up. Highs only in the 40s, and that's your forecast.
Okay, thank you so much, Rod. Oregon is full of amazing food and restaurants, and we want to celebrate that here on Sunrise. Next, we have details from this year's James Beard Awards and 4 local establishments that are in the running.
We also have an update on our KGW Great Food Drive. Thanks to your generosity, we were able to set a new goal. We're now working to provide 2 million meals to local people in need, and we're almost there. One of the easiest ways to give is through Safeway. When you're at the register buying your groceries, you can also use the pin pad to donate to the food drive. And a big shout out this morning to our partners for all of their help. Thanks to Safeway, Rivermark Community Credit Union, Pacific Office Automation, and Toyota.